Yo, what's up, man? I'm going to take a quick look at some of the props that we have out. They only have the afternoon props out, and they have no, yeah, and they have one game for. They only have Kansas City side out. That's for one of the later games on Sunday. Touch on a couple props. Just gonna breeze through this. Try not to make this video so long. I want busy week for me. I didn't get a chance to break down the slate, so tomorrow I might bounce back with a video to break down the NFL slate. But right now I want to point out some props that I had ran across. All right. This should apply for FanDuel Sportsbook as well. FanDuel, they should have their props out, but they usually put their props out Friday night, Saturday night, somewhere between Friday and Saturday. So DraftKings is doing us a favor and getting them out of there, getting them out there. They don't have all of them out, but they got a lot for us to work with to get ahead of the field with. All right. So let's jump right into it. This is an ugly game here, this Giants game. Tomorrow, I could take a look at the quarterback props. The yardage situation here, I don't know. Believe it or not, Giants have a decent defense, in my opinion, and Washington has a tough defense. We all know that. Daniel Jones is somebody who will turn the ball over. Okay, so. That's why, both of these guys can turn the ball over, but we know Daniel Jones will turn and can turn the ball over, right? But I don't mind you know what? Look, man, over under 1.5 passing touchdown. Let me know what you all think about that. That Daniel Jones looks pretty juicy, man. I'm thinking about jumping on that at plus 155. Let me know what you guys think, all right? Running back, wide receiver props, okay? Antonio Gibson, I don't mind over on this 67.5 yard rushing prop. All right. Now, I'd be lying if I told you I know how these guys gonna perform, but yardage, I'm not messing with yardage for this game, but I'll go straight on over to the. I think Logan Thomason he had 4 catches last week. Don't be scared to fade these props, Don't be scared to fade these props. Damn, man. This game is so shitty to me, man. It's so shitty. But this Kyle Rudolph over 2.5 reception is kind of interesting to me. I think he only had 2 catches last week. He might be able to top that this week. At plus money. Sterling Shepard. I think Sterling Shepard had 9 targets last week. It's a lot of juice on that, though, man. It's a lot of juice on that. So, if I was to go there, I would probably have to parlay that up. So there you have that. And, that's just about, I'm not even going to spend time on this game. I'm going to keep it moving to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears game. Quarterback props, they don't have the Bears quarterback prop up because they don't know. They just don't know. If I was within the Bears organization, I'd be like, look, Danny Dalton, look, this is your last motherfucking shot here. You're going to go up against your old team. Listen, this is your old team. After that, this shit is over with. You might get benched during this game. So, but over 1.5 touchdowns, passing touchdowns for Joe Burrow, I don't mind that. Running back, wide receiver props. David Montgomery, I think he can smash that rushing yards at 64.5. Joe Mixon, I think he can smash that at 64.5. Joe Mixon had 29 attempts last week, rushing attempts. So he's the guy. He's the lone guy. He's the guy over there all by himself. Receiving yards, I probably won't be touching on those. I ain't even gonna lie. Receptions. Allen Robinson had 11 targets last week. I think he could hit that. I think he could hit that over on that 5.5. We all know he's a target monster. Cole Kmet has 7 targets. A lot of those targets came late. I think he can hit that 3.5 at minus 110. But I have to look more into it. I'm not afraid of this passing game, so I mean I can get down with that. This passing defense, I can get down with that. Demir Bird, he's sitting there over under. It's a lot to like about this game. All right, he caught his only 2 passes last week. You know, if you're feeling froggy, you want to jump on that. I don't blame you. Darnell Mooney, he had 5 catches, 4 or 5, if I believe. At plus money at 4.5. I do want to go there. But you know, he's really a big time deep threat. But I really want to go there. You know, he's the number 2. David Montgomery, I don't know if I'll be going there. Then you got Joe Mixon. He had 4 catches on 4 targets last week for plus 105. So I don't know if I'll go there either, but it's definitely doable. Marquise Goodwin, he had a decent target share. I think he had 4 or 5 targets, and I think he had 4 catches. So I don't mind taking the 1.5 going over on this prop here. And Higgins, Boyd, and Jamar Chase. My favorite of the 3 would probably be the Chase over 4.5. At number 1, and then number 2, Higgins at over 5.5, and then number 3, Tyler Boyd. But you know, either one of these guys can hit. They have a decent receiving core over here, and the Bears do give up the big play. Well, they did last week. Moving along, let's keep it moving. Let's try to speed this up a little bit. Let's go to the next game and see if I can remember some of my favorite ones and just do it like that. I'm just going to talk about this. Let's see, quarterback props. I do think both teams are capable of, both quarterbacks are capable of hitting the. I think Stafford can hit the over in yards, hit the over in passing touchdowns, and then you can take a gamble on Wentz going over passing touchdowns, over 1.5 at plus money, plus 145 if that. So rushing yards. I don't think I want to touch neither one of these rushing yards out the back. Even though Montgomery went in and gave those guys 100 yards rushing, I know Jonathan Taylor could probably get them 100 yards rushing. But 61, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I'm going to tell you that right now. Receptions. We know Cooper Kupp can hit the over and then 65 yards. But what I want to point out here is an interesting thing is we talk about receptions first and the Colts. These wide receivers over here, these guys, they didn't get that many targets. The ones who got the targets were the damn running backs, and game script was going to work in their favor. Game script is gonna work in the wide receivers' favor here. I'd imagine the Colts are going to be down, going up against this high-powered, good defense Ram team. They're gonna need to pass. So what they're gonna do is need to pass a little bit more down the field. Not none of that short shit of what they've been doing. They didn't. Wentz is gonna have to take some shots. So you got Zach Pascal, Paris Campbell, and Michael Pittman Jr. Neither one of these guys had over 5 targets last game. Yeah, Pascal had 5 targets. Pittman had 4 targets, and then you had I forget how many targets Campbell had. I think Campbell had three targets or something like that. So, their target share is going to have to fucking go up because Jonathan Taylor ended up having 8 targets, man. And he had 7 targets. He had 6 receptions on those for 56 yards, okay? And then Nyheim Hines I think he had 5 or 6 targets or what. So, if the running back's going to get more targets than the damn receivers, you got a problem with it. Oh, he had 8 targets. Nyheim Hines had 8 targets and 6 receptions. So if this is going to go on like this, then of course you're going to have to go back to the well, man. 3 targets for 3 receptions, and that's plus money, man. You're going to have to go back to the well. So the receptions over here for these guys, the receivers, they definitely, it's a lot to be had over here, man. You just got to dig into it, man. Dig into it. That's, I'd imagine they have to be passing too. So just got to dig off into it, man. Let's keep it moving. New Orleans Saints and Carolina Panthers. I'm just gonna rumble off my favorite props, okay? For here, because I've been here before. I'm gonna go right on over to the running back wide receiver. I don't mind the over on these rushing yards for the running backs. Kamara and McCaffrey at 66.5. Go over here to receptions. Adam Troutman, I think he can hit the over on that 2.5 receptions. Dan Arnold, he hit this for me last week. I'll go right back to the well again. There's juice on it on him and Troutman, so I'll probably go to these guys in parlays. But I think they could hit that over for me again at 2.5 and 1.5. And my favorite prop is this Christian McCaffrey here. This over the rushing yards and receiving yards over under 112. He's just a workhorse. He had 9 receptions on 9 targets last week. Then he also had about 99 yards or 100 yards rushing. So yeah, sign me up for that. Tough defense. If I lose, I lose. Let's move it on over. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the Houston Texans and Cleveland Browns game. What I'm going to I'm going to tell you that is I'm going to have some interest in this on the over on Tyrod Taylor rushing yards. He did rush for I think 60 yards last game, I believe. Oh, no, 40 yards, I believe. It was 40 yards last game. So that's something to keep in mind. All right. I think Nick Chubb can get there on the rushing yards, 85.5. I also think he can get one touchdown, but 2 is not pushing it. He's definitely capable of getting 2. All right. I'm not touching anybody's yardage over here. Keep an eye out on the status of Odell Beckham Jr. If he's out, then you can look to somebody like Austin Hooper. I don't mind him going over, but then you can be sneaky and get plus money on David Njoku at plus 135. So that's something that you can definitely look at. Interesting thing to point out here is Mark Ingram. He had 26 rushing attempts, man. So his rushing prop is set at 35.5. All right. So that's something you gotta, take it. I'm gonna have to think about that. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, guys. Let me know. Keep it moving. Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, theirs are not out. 49ers and Eagles, let's touch on this. Brandon Ayuk, for some reason, he didn't get any touches, okay? He didn't get any touches, all right? So, any targets. He was dealing with some undisclosed injury that we did not know about. I did not know about. I don't know if you guys knew about it, but I didn't know about it. So he's dealing with that. So let's look at these quarterback props here. You're going to get Jalen Hurts over under 1.5 touchdowns. If I was to take it over, I'll get that at 110. I'm thinking about that. I don't know. Give me your opinion in the comments. Deebo Samuel, he had 12 targets last game. Like I said, keep an eye out on the stats of Brandon Ayuk. Deebo Samuel had a monster game. 12.5 targets last game, so I definitely think he can hit the over, but I don't know if I'm going to bet on it. What was I going to... Oh, okay, so they don't have... All right, the running back situation, we're going to have to keep... We know Mostert went down, so they don't have Eli Mitchell up there. So that's something we got to keep an eye out throughout the week. And then keep an eye on the status of Trey Sermon, too, because Trey Sermon might be in the mix. So that's something you need to watch out for. Let's go over to the receiving yards and props. I think Kittle had about 70 yards last game, or 78 yards or something like that. He's definitely capable of smashing that 68, but I don't think I'm going to bet on it. I'll find something else. Deebo Samuel, he's capable of smashing that, but I don't know if I'm going to bet on that. Devonta Smith, over 47.5 rushing yards, that's definitely doable. Receiving yards, that's definitely doable. I rarely bet on yards. Targets, now I like that 3.5 for Devonta Smith. Receptions, and Miles Sanders had 4 receptions. I think he had 4 receptions on 5 targets. So if he's going to be involved in the passing game, sign me up for that 2.5. And that's all I got right there. Let's keep moving. Because I don't want to make this video too long. Denver Broncos and Jacksonville Jaguars. Now we're dealing with another injury over here with Jerry Jeudy, okay? Let's take a look at the quarterback props. You got Teddy Bridgewater and you got Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if I'm going to even be betting it. We know Trevor Lawrence will be passing it. This is a tough defense over here in Denver. So, I don't know, man. We're just going to have to see. You're going to have to see. So, James Roberts, his rushing prop sitting at his over-unders at 41.5. I don't know if I'll be going there. He's definitely capable of hitting that, though. I just want to touch on the receiving props here. In the absence of Jerry Jeudy will be out. So I imagine Courtland Sutton, his target share should go up. So the over 4.5 at plus 100, man, I think I want to take some stabs at that. DJ Chark, he had like 12 fucking targets, but he only caught 3 passes. So I think I can get down with some of that, though. It's got to get better. It's got to get better. So I think I can get with that. I think I can get with that. O'Shaughnessy, he had 8 targets. This is one of my favorite right here. He had 8 targets. He had 6 catches. So definitely I could get down with that. I can get down with that. It's one of my favorite bets right there. So, and Noah Fant, I don't mind that over 4.5 at plus 110 at plus money right there. So they don't have Hamler up here. They have Tim Patrick, and I think he had 4 targets, and he caught 4. He went 4 for 4 on his target. So now, as far as the rushing side, Melvin Gordon, he's in a timeshare. I think they went like 50-50. I forget the run. I forget the rookie's name. Dang, what's his name? I forgot his name, man. But they went. They basically sharing the backfield, and Melvin Gordon did get a 60-yard run or 70-yard run. So that's something you could you got to keep in mind. All right. Oh, Javonte Williams. That's his name, Javonte Williams. So, they're definitely in the timeshare. So keep that in mind, all right? Let's go to the next game. New England Patriots and the New York Jets, all right? Quarterback props. Mac Jones, I think he can go in there and go over 1.5 touchdowns through the air. All right. So there you have that. Running back, wide receiver props. Damien Harris, I think he had 23 attempts last game. So I don't mind. I don't mind that. I don't know if I'll bet it, but I definitely don't mind it. The over on 73.5 yards rushing. So, he did have a fumble last week, but he did have 100 yards. So, and that defense ain't no pushover in Miami. So, I'm not gonna touch on yardage, but receptions, I'll touch on receptions. Okay. And keep him and some of them. James White is not up here. All right. But James White did have what did he have? 9 targets or whatever, 7 targets. Yeah, he had 7 targets and he had 6 receptions on those 7 targets. So don't forget about when they add them, don't forget about him. All right. Jacoby Myers, he had 9 targets and he caught. This is one of my favorite receivers, man. I just wish he was in a better situation, but he had 9 targets for 44 yards, and he had 6 receptions on those 9 targets. So you'll get the over on that at plus money. Now, it's a possibility they might be running the ball, whatever the case may be, but I still think he can get there. Nelson Aguilar had 7 targets, and he had a touchdown on his 7 targets, and he had 5 receptions. So, even if you don't like that Jacoby Myers, you can definitely look to that Nelson Aguilar for the over on that, because I don't mind either one of them. Jonnu Smith, he's the one who got the bulk of the targets over Henry. So Jonnu Smith had 5 targets. He had 5 catches on those. So it's a lot of juice on that at minus 180 though. All right. So yeah, interesting right here. If Damien Harris is going to be the bell cow, then like I said, he had 23 attempts last week. He definitely should be able to smash that 16.5 rush attempts. Because Belichick don't want to put more on. He don't want to put too much on the quarterback. Now moving on over to the Pittsburgh Steelers game. This will be the last game I'm touching on. And, of course, Pittsburgh Steelers, they do have a tough defense, all right? Now, I like the over on Ben Roethlisberger's touchdown, but there's a lot of juice on it. Derek Carr, can he throw for 2 touchdowns against this defense? I think he can throw for 2 touchdowns on this defense. It'll probably be tough, though, but, it is what it is. I don't know if I'll bet that. Running back and wide receiver props here. Interesting thing to point out here, Najee Harris, he played 100% of the snaps. He just my fault. That's my phone. He's projected. They projected him to have a good game this week, and it's a matter of time before he start having a good game. It's just that offensive line is just horrible over there. All right. Reception yards. I don't want to touch on yards. I like to touch on receptions. Now, first person I'm going to touch on is Darren Waller. He had 19 targets. His prop is set at 6.5. All right, I still think he can hit it, but he's not gonna probably. It's probably gonna, they're probably gonna game plan to take him out the game. So, you're gonna have to probably temper your expectations on that. But it's doable. It's doable. But they're gonna have to expand their game, man. So it's a lot of juice on this. Brian Edwards. It's a lot of juice on this Brian Edwards over 2.5 prop, but I think he's gonna hit that. It's a lot of juice on it. You could probably parlay it up, or whatever the case may be. Whereas Henry Ruggs, he's that deep threat, or whatever the case may be. You might have to wait for a long time for him to hit this prop, but he definitely can hit it. And then you have Hunter Renfrow. And, again, they don't have a problem with throwing the ball. And I think Hunter Renfrow can hit that 3.5. So, low targets or whatever the case, low target props here. But, they're doable, man. I don't know which one is my favorite. I'm not going to bet on them all. I'll tell you that. If I had to bet on one, I would probably throw one Edwards into a parlay prop, like one of my parlay props or whatever. Now you got Deontay Johnson. He had 10 targets. He had 5 receptions. His prop is set as over under 6.5. Can he hit it? Yeah, but he needs to stop dropping the ball, shit like that. He need to have a better season. Juju Smith-Schuster. Over his set at 5.5. I think he had 8 targets last game for about 4 or 5 catches. He can hit that. It's just I don't know what I don't think I even have a favorite prop here for this game, and I think that just about sums it up. Interesting right here is oh my God, they got Najee Harris rush attempts over 20. It's doable though, man. That's doable, man. I might take a stab at that. Given the game flow, they're projected to be up, a lot of running. I don't know, man. Let me know what you think about that. And with that being said, I'm out, guys. Tomorrow I might come back and do a breakdown of the Sunday's game for DFS. Go a little bit more in depth, player by player. I don't know. Like, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. I'm out.